Evolution of the form. That's a more specific definition, but yeah, that makes sense. Anyone else?
Improving the
Also,
visual
don't treat this like a
something.
online class. मैं बस एक भैया हूँ, मैं इधर आपको पढ़ाने आया हूँ. And I'm also here to have fun. Like you're also here to have fun. So don't call me sir, just call me bhaiya. And then let's just talk about design. Let's just talk about how things work, how design is important and how we can use it to solve our everyday problems. Right? So Abhi, you can just unmute and अपने अपने opinions बता दो about design. Anything works. If you even think it's stupid, अगर लग रहा है कि ये idea गंदा है मेरा perfect नहीं है
भैया
definition.
अगर डिजाइन नहीं होते तो यूआईज नहीं होंगे which is very
हाँ नहीं
interactive
होंगे.
and which helps us.
Yeah. Anyone else? Openly कर लो. Like you have to give your full attention to the section. And we're just talking here. It's not like an online test. We're just talking. मैंने इसलिए कैमरा ऑन किया है ताकि you can see me face to face. हम बस बातें कर रहे हैं अभी. I just need one specific answer, which could
Design
work.
is like
Mhm.
executing ideas, making it more
Yeah,
creative. That
yeah. I mean that works, but design is not that that you have to design a mobile website. You have to design a application. It's more like design is part of everything. Like even when I see in your background, yeah, you see the two paintings. That's design. Like the words you see in the background, that's design. Everything in your surroundings is design. So I have written here, design is like solving a problem any way which you can. And design is obviously open-ended and subjective. So one person may like this design, one person may think it's trash. कि ये क्या बना दिया, ये क्या slide है, गंदी क्यों दिख रही है. But that's why it's so vast, you know. So design is basically everything. Even from this bottle that I have beside me, to this pen that I have beside me, to your every part of your surroundings, to the posters in my background, to the colors of my walls. All right, the next slide is function follows form. So anyone who has heard this saying before, and I would prefer कि आप unmute ही रहो, क्योंकि unmute रहोगे तो फिर जल्दी आंसर बता दो.
You can even guess the
It's-
answer. It's not needed to
Yeah.
be specific.
So I'm a little sick, तो फिर मेरी आवाज इतनी अच्छी नहीं आ रही होगी. So yeah, has anyone heard this saying before? Function follows form. Any one of you?
Anyone want to guess?
भैया आप क्या कह रहे थे? आपकी आवाज सीधी कट रही थी मेरे लिए, मेरा इंटरनेट बहुत ज्यादा खराब है.
Yeah. All right. So, what I was asking is, there's a saying that goes like function follows form. So, have any one of you heard it before, or can explain what it means?
excuse me, the purpose
What?
of building, that is the starting
Yeah,
point
yeah.
of the design.
Mhm. Yeah, that can make sense, but it's not exactly the explanation. Can anyone else explain?
Could it mean that the shape or design of something should be based on its function?
Yeah, that's the literal definition. Yeah. Can anyone else try?
Could
कोई
it
भी
be
बोल
used
सकते हो, जैसे भी if you want to explain. Yeah. Hitash, what were you saying?
Could it be used to design F1 cars, like the 3D design could be used to design
Yeah,
F1
yeah.
cars and testing
Design
aerodynamics?
design can be used for everything. That's what I was going to. That was my point. But let's now stick to function follows form. That's something we will cover later. Let's now stick to this saying function follows form. It's three words, but you can find literally so many meanings out of it. कोई भी बता दो हिंदी
It
में भी
is
बता
like
दो इंग्लिश में बता दो जैसे भी एक्सप्लेन करना है.
सर जैसे भैया जैसे मैथ में क्या होता है कि हमारे हम फंक्शंस यूज करते हैं और फंक्शंस
फंक्शन यूज
आपका एक
करते हैं.
रिलेटेड होता है वेरिएबल से कि अगर
या
एफ ऑफ एक्स होता है तो आपका एक फॉर्म होता है इसका जैसे हम इसको लिख सकते हैं एक्स स्क्वायर एक्स क्यूब सो ऑन.
या दैट्स ट्रू दैट मैथ्स भी इंटररिलेटेड है बहुत ज्यादा डिजाइन से. So if no one else wants to try, I can go further.
फॉर्म
Uh,
मतलब फंक्शन फॉलोज फॉर्म इज बेसिकली किसी चीज का कोई फॉर्म है तो वो फंक्शन करेगा.
Yeah, that's true. So let's go to the next slide. Look at this pen, right? This pen is following the last statement that we said, function follows form. So can you explain why it is built so, like exactly like this? It's a pen that you see every day
So
in
that
your
it
real
is
life.
easy to hold.
₹5 का Jiffy gel है. What did you say?
Because so that
Mhm. Cylinder, yeah. But cylinder isn't exactly a shape that you relate with grip. Like I would say cylinder can be used for grip, but it's still
It can
slippery.
be
It
straight.
depends on the material, really.
It
That's
can be
not the
straight.
correct answer.
probably so that the ink can flow smoothly and the hole in the gap so that we can breathe if it by chance gets stuck in our throat. So
Yeah, hole in the gap. What do you say about the last part?
the there's a small hole on the tip of the cap, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I read about it somewhere that it is used so
Mm.
that if by chance we get it stuck in our throat, it still helps in the respiration. So
All right, that's true. So we have found one function. I have four functions for this pen. Can anyone guess the next three?
also, I want to give
और
some
सर
direction कि uh, जो भी हम क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं ना ये इतना डीप नहीं है. यू हैव टू जस्ट गिव इट कॉमन सेंस. इतना डीप क्वेश्चंस नहीं है. Okay, someone was answering.
Yeah. मतलब सामने दिख रहा है. It's just you just have to realize what's the point of
There's
these
a
differences.
there's a transparent body so that we can see how much of the ink is left, and there are grooves present in the body to make the grip tight.
Perfect.
The nib is
So
sharp so
that's
that
two
we
more.
can get thin writing.
There's a cap on the pen so that we can put the cap on and the ink doesn't dry out.
So we can.
So,
What did you say?
so
Can
that
you?
the ink doesn't dry out.
So that the ink doesn't dry out. That's also sometimes true, but that's not necessarily the necessary function for the form of this pen. I still have one missing. So we have done 3 out of 4 right now.
Because it
uh,
is designed so that the particular amount of ink flows out and it just doesn't, flow out at once.
Mhm. All right, that's not exactly the thing.
भैया
Can anyone else? Yeah,
भैया
yeah.
you have an ink barrel inside so that you can so that if you by mistakenly the pen leaks it all the ink wouldn't flow right out. It'll only flow out if the ink barrel is damaged.
All right, that's also another feature. So next we have color theory. So this is one of the most important parts of design. Color theory. Does anyone know what the favorite color are? Like I know most of you will like black, some of you will say blue, but we have so many colors that we can make. Can anyone tell me what the favorite color is? बता दो, openly बता दो. I mean, you don't have to say it in English. Open discussion है ये. Like
green.
my favorite color is white or black since they have so many
भैया
use
मेरा
cases.
मेरा
Green,
green है.
exactly. Why is your favorite color green? Have you ever thought about that?
Yes भैया. भैया it
Yeah. So
relates
why
to
is
so
it?
much in the surroundings. Like अगर आप देखोगे बाहर
Mhm.
तो बहुत ज्यादा green भी दिखेगा. Also
Yeah,
not the green, not dark green but lime color. It looks bright and
line. So wait, something like this, right? Something like this. Or somewhere
अगर
here,
आप उसको maximum पे करोगे वो better होगा.
like this.
हाँ ये
All right. So that's one. What about the others? So,
Peach, probably.
Something like teal color.
peach,
Also,
peach, teal, peach. Let me draw peach एक बार.
A
यहाँ
deep
पे
and
यहाँ
bright
पे होगा.
orange.
Oh, deep orange. Why is that?
But deep but still bright orange.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Why a deep but still bright orange?
I really like deep orange because it feels like it's very colorful and it has many attributes in color theory, but also
Yeah,
because a bright or a bit brighter feels more natural and something that feels like we would like to have it
have it.
attractive.
So, so that's the thing. These colors, you know why you like them. It's yeah. Someone was saying something.
I was saying that my favorite color, or I can say the lucky color for me, is indigo.
Also, don't call me sir. पहली बात तो भैया बोल दो. आगे बता सकते हो.
So my favorite color, or I can say the luckiest color for me, is indigo, because when I
Indigo.
go for competitions wearing that indigo colored shirt, I win many of them. That's why I feel it.
All right. That's something very nice to hear. So what we got through this activity is that colors invoke emotions. So why do I like white? I like white because it's serene, it's more thought out. It's a mixture of all the colors combined. So these colors invoke emotions that resonate with you, that define your personalities. So that's what color theory is. At the gist of it, that's what color theory is. Defining colors into different emotions. So we have some technical terms like hue, saturation, and lightness. So these are pretty simple to understand, but of course they use technically. So hue basically means what color the color actually is. So this is a color spectrum from going red to yellow to green to blue to violet to pink or red. So this hue is used for different colors. Like it's part of the color wheel, and this spectrum kind of looks like a rainbow. You know, so rainbow में ऐसी form होता है like white light goes through and then it gets scattered into many different colors. ये 10th में पढ़ोगे. So white light is a part of all of these colors. Like I mean, sorry, all of these colors are part of white light, right? So it looks like a rainbow. Hue is basically this. Saturation is how much of a color is the color. Now, this may seem a bit confusing, but saturation tells us how much of red, for example, let's say I have taken red here. how red a color is, if I have to draw red, how red a color is and how red it is not. So if I go to the hue saturation lightness values here, this one has 0, 100, and 50. A saturation of 100 means that it's completely red. Now, if I open this, it has a saturation of 80. Now, if I go to the last one, it has the saturation of 0. So this tells us how much of a color is that color. Lastly, we have lightness. Lightness tells us about how bright the color actually is. So you can see the last ones are white and black. Obviously, since zero brightness, a room with no light looks like it's black. A room with like completely full lights, जैसे ही आप सो के उठते हो, आप का कर्टन ऑन करते हैं, वो पूरा वाइट कमरा हो जाता है, आंखें जलने लग जाती हैं. That's full brightness, white, right? And this is increasing as we go forward. This has zero lightness. This has 20, so on and so forth. This should have 60, and this should have 100. And I have not changed any one of these values. So this was some of the technical portions. I mean, you don't really need to learn that as long as the stuff you make looks good. You don't really need to learn that. But this page, this is mostly important. So I want to tell you, what do different colors mean? Like I said right now, different colors, अलग-अलग emotions होते हैं उसके ऊपर. So red, red shows us passion and danger, right? So some of you, if you like red, you may be a more passionate person than others. You may like it for different reasons. But this is what these colors mean to different people. Orange shows us energy and creativity. Yellow shows us being happy and active. Uh, Black is obviously death and power. And green shows us about nature and healing. Like someone just said that I like green क्योंकि वो बाहर हमें nature में हर जगह दिखता है, surroundings में. Someone said that, right? So that's the thing, nature and healing. So blue symbolizes calm and wisdom. Blue, you can see blue in mostly हमारे जो सारे banks हैं, जैसे let's say Chase Bank हुआ आपका, JC Morgan भी use करते हैं. ये सारे banks, they use blue to show that they are more secure, they have wisdom, they will be safe with your money, right? Purple is about wealth and ambition. Now, someone might ask कि purple क्यों है wealth के बारे में? So purple is about wealth because purple dye wasn't really like पुराने जमाने में, whenever we went born बहुत पहले, purple dye होती थी. That was really hard to get, and royals used it. Like जब monarchs थे वो सब थे, kings used
भैया
purple dye to show their. हाँ जी बताओ.
वैसे इसकी कारण ही आपने देखा होगा कि कोई भी फ्लैग ऐसा नहीं है जिसमें पर्पल हो, क्योंकि
Yeah,
ये
exactly, exactly.
एक ही सिंगल ऑर्गेनिज्म से बनते हैं, वो बहुत हार्ड टू फाइंड भी थे.
Exactly. So उसकी वजह से now, since when we can make purple इतना ज़्यादा commonly, the reason still is alive कि ये wealth को symbolize करते हैं. White is purity and peace. Like I said before, white बहुत pure जगह use होता है, like peace करने के लिए. Peace वाला dove sign भी हमारा वो होता है. If I find a dove sign, I think peace. Yeah, peace sign, peace. All right. So next, if you want to screenshot this, you can do it. I mean, I can also share it to you, but I would prefer if you take a screenshot. जैसे क्योंकि ये वाला पेज बहुत ज़्यादा helpful है. Whenever you want to take a design, this page will be very helpful for you guys. एक बार बता दो if everyone has taken a screenshot. I am waiting for you guys.
Yeah, it's done.
Done. Everyone, is it done? बता दो.
They are reacting team.
भैया आपने क्या
Sure.
पूछा?
I was saying कि इसका screenshot ले लो, ये वाला page. What do different colors mean?
Charvik, do you have any doubt or do you want to ask something? You have your hand raised. Okay. Okay.
All right. If everyone has taken a screenshot, I have a video that I want to show you now. Just say it will help you to know more about these things.
Video.
Yeah, video. एक बार let me screen share once again क्योंकि मैंने अभी audio share नहीं कर रखा. All right. Is my screen visible? अच्छा नहीं विषय थे.
No.
Great.
Guys, you can keep your camera on. Matlab, I can only see one child camera on.
Let me rejoin एक बार. उसका I think Teams मेरा खराब हो चुका है.
Meanwhile, can I ask that do you understand what we are showing you, or can you relate to these things?
Yes.
Yes, भैया.
Okay. किसी को ऑलरेडी आइडिया था इन
Yes,
सब के बारे
भैया.
में या न्यू लर्निंग?
भैया कलर थ्योरी के बारे में नहीं बट रेस्ट के बारे में हाँ.
नाइन.
Yes, sir. Yes, भैया.
Jay, are you speaking something? Because you are on mute. Jay, तेरा screen audible नहीं.
It's not
It's
visible.
not audible.
ओके, आई थिंक जय को कोई टेक्निकल इश्यूज हो रहे हैं, वो थोड़ी देर में आ रहे हैं। मीनवाइल मैं थोड़ा 3D के बारे में बताता हूँ, विच इज़ द नेक्स्ट हाफ ऑफ दिस सेशन बाय द वे, पर वी कैन कंटिन्यू विद इट। तो बेसिकली 3D, हमारे पास डिज़ाइन में दो एरियाज होते हैं, 2D एंड 3D। एम आई ऑडिबल बाय द वे? जस्ट
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Kanishk Road.
ओके।
Yes.
Yes.
ओके, सो डिज़ाइन में एज आई सेड कि दो एस्पेक्ट होते हैं, वन इज 2D एंड 3D। कैन एनीवन टेल मी द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दीज टू फील्ड?
2D is two-dimensional, like length and breadth, and 3D is three-dimensional, length, breadth, and height.
और किसी ने कोई एग्जांपल देखे अपने सराउंडिंग्स में, या फिर समवेयर यू हैव सीन एनी एडवर्टाइजमेंट जिसमें 3D और 2D यूज करके दे हैव क्रिएटेड टू डिफरेंट इम्पैक्ट्स?
2D is usually used for layouts, while 3D is used for maybe in marketing and all, then products and all.
एब्सोल्युटली। और कोई एग्जांपल किसी के पास कोई इंटरेस्टिंग हो?
People use 2D design for the background and they use 3D design to make the main part of the advertisement pop out so that it is more clearly visible.
हाँ, दैट्स ट्रू। और कहाँ देखा है तुम लोगों ने 3D, मतलब कोई न्यू चीज? एनी
3D billboards.
बिलबोर्ड्स, राइट? और
Architecture.
ट्रू ट्रू, नाइस एग्जांपल। और कोई एक बहुत फेमस एग्जांपल मिस कर रहे हो तुम?
Movies में
Ads.
Movies.
उनके लिए।
मूवीज, यस
Ad.
यस। 3D printing,
3D modeling.
have you heard this term?
Yes, bhaiya. 3D modeling.
3D modeling, 3D printing,
Yes,
okay,
bhaiya.
true. So basically 3D हम इसलिए create करते हैं to give a realism effect in any advertisement or any poster. Plus 3D is okay. I think Jay is back.
Hey guys, let me just share you the video एक बार. अब बता
Have you ever pulled a
audio
Yes,
आ
yes,
रहा
yes.
door
है.
that actually needed to be pushed? Have you
Let me
ever
start it again.
pulled a door that actually needed to be pushed? There's a handle that is basically asking to be pulled, but the sign says push. Hello, everyone. These are known as Norman doors, coined by Don Norman, who is the author of the famous book, The Design of Everyday Things. And they are a perfect example of how design can fail to communicate the intended use of an object. It's not our fault that we pull doors that are meant to be pushed, and vice versa. In an ideal world, a door would be so intuitive that we wouldn't even need a sign to tell us what to do with it. We would just know. But so many times, doors send us mixed signals with things called affordances and signifiers. Affordances are what an object allows you to do based on its design. For example, a door handle lets you grasp onto it and pull. A flat metal plate invites you to push. Signifiers are clues about what you can do with an object. For example, a sign on the door telling you to push would be a signifier that you should, well, push it, and obviously the opposite with pull. So, what happens when you encounter a door that has conflicting affordances and signifiers, a handle and a push sign? Well, not surprisingly, your brain gets confused with the contradicting signals. Our brains are pattern machines. We learn from patterns and expect things to function as they usually do. So when I see a handle, I will naturally pull on it. I'm not expecting a pattern to be broken. Handles aren't meant to be pushed, that goes against their affordance. And this doesn't just apply to doors. Think of USB plugs that constantly have to be flipped because you're not sure how to plug them in. Or when a room has multiple light switches and you're not sure which one controls which lights. Bad design confuses our brains. I mean, look at the apps we use every single day. Have they ever confused you with their UI? I actually found this hilarious website called userinyourface.com. I will share it below. It shows just how bad things can get when mixing up affordances and signifiers. It proves a very solid point and can take up a good amount of your time if you have the patience. Shout out to the team that made this. It's brilliant. So, what would be some good examples of designs that properly align affordances and signifiers? Well, Google's front page, a simple search bar that says search Google or type a URL, makes it very clear how you should interact with it. Same with Apple MacBook chargers. It's very clear where they connect to your laptop. The best designs don't need signs. They work intuitively for our brains. And when they aren't easy for our brains, it can lead to confusion and frustration. So next time you see a Norman door, you can give yourself some grace. It's truly not you. Your brain did the correct thing by pulling the door handle on the push door. Blame the design. Have you ever experienced a Norman door in your life? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Right. Thank you guys for listening to this video. Let me just uh share you the next part क्योंकि अभी टाइम नहीं है, थोड़ा आगे बढ़ जाते हैं. This is a color wheel. जैसे अभी हम color theory कर रहे थे ना. This is a color wheel where we can select different colors and it can tell us what colors will look good with जो color हमने select किया है. Basically, that's the gist of it. So we have multiple palettes इसमें. Complementary is a color that is completely opposite to the color that I have selected. एक बंदे ने अभी बोला था कि I like orange, right? Orange के opposite we can see a little yellow now, but maybe orange के opposite we can see blue here. And you guys know about IKEA. IKEA की branding is exactly like this. It's blue and yellow. So
Yes, bhai.
एकदम complementary है. Split is when we take complementary and then we divide इसको दो portion पे. So it's not completely opposite, but it's slightly to the left and slightly to the right of the opposite. So we can play around with this tool. I will send this link on 2D channel. Also, this looks like Lego की branding, by the way, guys. Split पे. Monochromatic is having the same color and different shades of the same color. If I choose one, for example, green, or let's say this green, I can find three different colors for this stone with different shades. Analogous is different shades, but nearly the same hue. Like the hue we said, the color होता है कि ये जो कौन सा कलर होता है वो hue डिसाइड करते हैं ना. तो if I select orange इस पे इधर जाके उसके साथ I got blue, sorry, yellow and red. So this is analogous. Triadic is kind of like a triangle. उसने triangle बना दिए हैं इधर. So it's opposites, but it's slightly different from the second one that we did, which is split. Square, it makes a square. That's very self-explanatory. So these are the palettes. I can share it with you. Now, some of the Gestalt principles of design are, this is basically an the rules of design, let's say. There are 9 rules of design that are the Gestalt principles of design. There are guidelines, some guidelines for how to make our brain sense of what we see. They explain why we naturally group things together, spot patterns, and understand complex visuals. So this is something that every design follows. It has similarity. Elements that look alike are perceived as related, helping quickly identify patterns and patterns. So we can group these squares and group these circles, circles that were here, and we can also group these these squares together. So our brain automatically thinks कि ऐसे होना चाहिए, ये ऐसे ही हुआ. Eyes naturally follow the smooth paths, aligned and flowing elements guide attention effortlessly. This is continuity. So my eye would first go to this arc or to this curve, then go to the extension, this part. So this follows continuity. Proximity means objects placed close together are perceived as related, making groupings and hierarchy clear. So these 6 are grouped together, these 6 are grouped together. This is what we perceive. Figure ground, distinguishing between a focal figure and its background allows key content to stand out clearly. So this blue thing came in the foreground and this one came in the background. So it gives us perspective as to what to see first, what to focus on first. So I will focus on blue first, then I will go to the yellow thing. The principle of common fate, elements moving together are perceived as a group of as part of group, making motion a tool to show relationships. So this is basically for motion graphics. If we move something together, it our brain thinks that these things are grouped together, and these things are grouped together, these circles and these squares. So the sixth principle of closure, gaps are naturally filled to complete incomplete shapes, enabling communication with minimal design. So whenever we fill this gap, like yeah, so it shows us a triangle. Now I have another example for closure. If we look at this FedEx logo, between this E and X, we can see an arrow. So it was not intended to be as that, but yeah. So it formed a restart principle of closure, and it gives us an arrow. So we can see these principles in real life as well. The seventh principle is of symmetry and order. Symmetrical elements are seen as belonging together, creating cohesive and balanced groupings. So these two hemispheres are um, seen as groups. Like these two are seen as together. The principle of pregnance, simpler, clearer forms are preferred, reducing complexity, enhances clarity and comprehension. So if I make it a little more simple, I would realize that my brain would like it more than the image that was there before. The last principle is of the principle of common region. Elements within a shared boundary or background are seen as related, aiding to a quickly understanding of grouping. So you can also see iPhone docks are similar to that. Like, let me say iOS docks, iPhone docks, like this or like this. These are sharing a common boundary, so they are grouped. Now, different colors, like the colors we found, can be used to create a color palette. So we can visualize a color palette like this. Uh, like these are colors I have, and then if I randomize this, it will look like this on a website. So I can use this website to understand that these colors can look like this. Or I could generate another palette. I could generate another. So this is kind of monochromatic, and this would be how it looks like. This is very popping. So I probably won't use it on a dashboard, but I would use it on a design such as this, or a design such as this, an illustration, or an illustration like this, right? So I have another activity that I will do after the 3D portion, but let me first tell you the 2D design software, the software that we use in all of design. Like we have Photoshop. I think most of us know about Photoshop. It's really famous, Adobe Photoshop. Figma, the software that I'm currently using is Figma, where I've created all of these slides and where I've also created the schedule that you have seen and the poster that you must have seen about training grounds. Now, Blender is something that Kanishk will teach you. That's 3D. And Illustrator is Adobe Illustrator. It's used for illustrations, like the illustrations that I just showed you, and the palette visualizer like these. Illustrations like these. Right? So if we have time later, we finish, he will teach them about 3D. Uske baad we will do a little bit of slow quiz. And I also have another quiz about this session. So whoever wins that, I'll give them a chocolate or something. Right? So Ganesh, you can go forward with the 3D
Yeah,
design.
sure. Just sharing my screen. Can someone confirm if my screen is visible?
It's
Yes.
visible.
Okay, cool. Okay, so like before, we have already discussed about what is 3D designing. But if someone has a different answer or something he wanted to share, he can tell us. Anybody have some different answer for this question? What do you understand by the term 3D designing? Anyone?
3D designing is the process where we design 3D objects and features so that we can use them in real life for practicality and many other uses.
Absolutely, absolutely.
3D
Any
designing is
other?
where we
Mhm.
3D designing is where we design objects which
It
have
is,
volume.
Okay, right, true, true.
it
Okay,
is
so
used in
yes. Hmm. Yes,
it
please
is
answer.
used in creating digital or can say three-dimensional models.
Three-dimensional models. Yes. So yes.
Even
So 3D. Okay. Yes. Someone also wanted to answer. Yes, you can answer. All right. No worries. So yes, 3D designing is basically three-dimensional designing, where we make models which tend to be in real life. It can be imaginary. It can be real life objects, and something that we can and we relate to interact with it. Right. So what are the use cases? I think you all have seen some sci-fi movies or movies which use VFX and CGI. I think you all have seen Transformers, Avengers, right? And someone also mentioned that in use cases that we it is used in movies. So in movies, 3D is used in the fields of VFX and CGI. Here are the full forms also if someone wants to explore this field. And it is a really demanding field nowadays because every single film uses CGI somewhere to hide people, to add elements, to create some imaginary characters, etc. Right? Then someone was also saying that we use 3D modeling in designing cars and F1. So yes, we use 3D to make prototypes in industries. मतलब बेसिकली कोई लॉन्च करने से पहले कोई भी तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट है, कोई भी लॉन्च करने से पहले उसका एक 3D प्रोटोटाइप बनता है जो हम
Prototyping.
एक्चुअली यस कोई कुछ कह रहा था. Oh, हाँ, तो हाँ, मैं कह रहा था कि इंडस्ट्री में बेसिकली कोई भी प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च होने से पहले प्रोटोटाइप बनता है व्हिच टू बी फील इन रियल वर्ल्ड. उसका एक 3D बनता है. आर्किटेक्चर में भी पहले 3D में हम पहले 3D सॉफ्टवेयर में पूरी बिल्डिंग डिजाइन करते हैं टू ले आउट ऑल द रूम टू ले आउट बेसिकली लेआउट प्लानिंग के लिए. फिर तुम सबने 3D गेम्स कभी ना कभी खेले होंगे, तो उसमें भी जो कैरेक्टर्स एलिमेंट यू इंटरेक्ट विद इट, वो भी एक 3D मॉडलर या एक 3D आर्टिस्ट बनाता है, राइट? और भी बहुत सारे यूज केसेस हैं. अब एक क्वेश्चन सबके माइंड में आएगा कि 3D टेक्स्ट सिंडिकेट से कैसे रिलेटेड है, राइट? So what do we actually do in Tech Syndicate, or how do we use 3D in this club or some projects or somewhere, right? So basically we have some creative events जिसमें they have a requirement or prompt. तो उस बेसिस पे हम एक इनोवेशन तुम कह सकते हो या फिर हम एक प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन करते हैं which involves एक तो 2D डिजाइनिंग ऑल द ब्रांडिंग एंड स्टफ. फिर अगेन दी प्रोटोटाइप या फिर विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए हम उसका 3D बनाते हैं कि एक्चुअली में वो रियल वर्ल्ड में कैसा दिखेगा वो प्रोडक्ट, राइट? फिर हम सोशल मीडिया में भी हम 3D एलिमेंट्स यूज करते हैं जिससे वो और कनेक्टेड फील हो एक मतलब जो यूजर है, और वो थोड़ा रियलिज्म एस्पेक्ट ऐड करता है सोशल मीडिया पे, राइट? तुमने टीजी का पोस्टर देखा होगा, उसकी सोशल मीडिया पोस्ट देखी होगी. उसमें जो बेसिकली द हाउस विच इज इट इन, तो वो भी 3D में हमने बनाया था ब्लेंडर में. ओके, आई टॉक अबाउट दिस ब्लेंडर सॉफ्टवेयर आल्सो इन जस्ट 5 minutes. ओके, Then we also use creativity to test ourselves to create more projects, right? सो अब 3D हमने काफी समझ लिया कि व्हाट इज 3D। अब उसके थोड़े फंडामेंटल्स हम डिस्कस करते हैं। ओके, सो तुम कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर उठाओगे या फिर तुम कोई भी 3D डिजाइन करोगे, उसमें तुमको बेसिक 3 फंडामेंटल्स पता होने चाहिए। एक 3D कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट होता है, राइट? इट्स समथिंग इन 3 डायमेंशनल। ओके, तब उन 3 डायमेंशनल में तुमको इंटरेक्ट करने के लिए 3 एक्सेस चाहिए होते हैं। ओके, इन 2D यू हैव वर्टिकल हॉरिजॉन्टल टू बी वेरी लेम एंड सिंपल टू अंडरस्टैंड, ठीक है? but 3D में you have a third axis which is the z axis। okay, so basically any object which is in 3D have all these 3 axes, and we use these 3 axes to arrange them। okay, फिर हर 3D ऑब्जेक्ट के पास 3 चीजें होती हैं। फेस, एक उनका फेस होता है, लाइक एनी क्यूब हैव अ फेस, राइट? फिर हर 3D एलिमेंट के एजेस होती हैं या फिर कर्व्ड होता है। ओके, और वर्टेक्स होता है। अब हमने एक 3D मॉडल डिजाइन कर लिया, पर उसका जो इम्पैक्ट होता है वो ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन टेक्सचर्स एंड लाइटिंग। ओके, अब मैं थोड़ा एग्जांपल सिखाता हूँ जो हमने प्रीवियसली प्रोजेक्ट्स में बनाए हैं। वी हैव यूज्ड 3D। ओके, ऑल दिस इज मेड इन ब्लेंडर। हमने खुद 3D मॉडल करे सारा। This was one of the events which we participated in, और हमने ये सारी scenes 3D में बनाए थे because we didn't have the access to मतलब all these, मतलब ये काफी sci-fi लगता है, right? Now okay, these are some of the models we have made previously। ये भी सारे events हमने participate किया था। All this city is made in is 3D modeled, made in this software। okay,
Kanishk, your
now
screen is lagging a little bit.
okay, is it uh creating problem?
Yeah, I can see a stereo now.
Okay, you can see this Behance page, right?
Yeah, you can go
Right.
forward.
Yeah. So let's dive into the actual software. Okay. So I'm opening one of the scenes. Uh, Let us cover the fundamental first. Is there any doubt to someone on?
Is there any doubt? सुनाई तो दे रहा है मुझे।
Yes. So this is a simple scene which uses the 3-point light system. Now, what is 3 point? Why not one light or two lights? Or what? How does light affect the actual model, right? So, as you can see, we have these 3 lights. This is called area light. Okay, before going too deep, I want to see that this is the main dashboard of this software. Okay, this is called Blender. We'll also send the link to download this, and we can also continue in the session 2. Okay. So yes, coming back to lighting, why do we need a good lighting in our scene or model? Okay. So to add the realism, if you like go out and you see the lighting in your surrounding, you have a bright sun, and that's fall the light is falling on every object. Okay, everything looks bright. Okay, like you cannot see any light is coming on one side and not coming on the other side, right? So for the same reason, we use a 3-point light system. Okay, now let me show you an example for realism. Like, how do we make a scene realistic? Okay. Okay, this was a simple scene made by one of our alumni. Basically, this is a kitchen setup. Jay, is my screen lagging still or it's fine?
It's lagging, but it's like अभी जो दिखाना है वो दिख रहा है मुझे
Okay,
kitchen
okay.
scene वाला. Yeah.
So, as you can
Also, I'll
see,
be leaving right now. मेरे को CrossFit लेना है. So Bhavit will help you, and Bhavit will
okay,
be taking forward 2D class में quiz देगा. Okay. Thank you
no,
guys.
worry. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, so this is a basic kitchen scene. Now you can see how realistic it feels. Like, okay, this is just a photograph of a kitchen. It feels like this, right? So this all this can be achieved in Blender. And let me finally show you an example for animation. Okay, so this was a scene where it uses animation. Okay, we'll get deep into modifiers and assigning things to object in the session 2, where we can create animations like this. And let me show you the final result, how it looks. So again, the texture and lighting, all this creates impact. And here you can see that beforehand, this is called the viewport mode, where you can only see the objects, no texture. And when I'm going to another mode, this is the final render view, which you are actually creating. Okay, right. So these are the basic things we have created in Blender. We create in Blender, and these are the use cases. That's all from 3D. Anyone has want to share anything or ask something? Anyone like any random doubt? Okay, then we can move forward towards the okay, Sami. Some yes,
भैया
Sumit.
yes.
भैया मुझे
Sumit,
एक्चुअली लाइटिंग यूज करना अभी तक समझ नहीं आया है.
हम्म. अच्छा, ठीक है. अगर तुमको कोई चीज सीखनी है या फिर यू वांट टू एक्सप्लोर दिस सॉफ्टवेयर, तो एक तो हमारी ना वेबसाइट पे, इफ यू ओपन आवर वेबसाइट techsyndicate.us, okay, and you click on the learn page, you have all the resources to learn any field. Okay, and if I click on this 3D, you have some links, some tutorials which you can go through them, and you can learn all the basically fundamentals, and you can explore through tutorials. So we have also covered how workflow, lighting, all is needed in a model. Okay, so I'll also share the link for this, and you can explore this and learn few things. Okay, anyone else? Some is it clear now? How
मैं
can
बता
learn?
रहा था कि am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are right.
तो मैं कह रहा था कि मैंने ब्लेंडर यूज कर रखा है एंड
Mhm.
मैंने सेवरल मॉडल्स एंड एनिमेशंस बनाए हैं, बट मेरे को रेंडरिंग में दिक्कत आती है, तो उसके लिए डू वी नीड हाई एंड लाइक स्पेक्स फॉर कंप्यूटर्स एंड ऑल?
Hmm. Okay. first of all, it's nice that there's someone who use Blender and well, already you have started to explore. तो देखो, to कोई भी software when you install, okay, तो of course you need some basic requirements for hardware, right? Blender के लिए also you need a, I think a general system works. Okay. Also you can apply settings to make it less heavy. Okay. वो भी तुम कोई YouTube ट्यूटोरियल या मैं पर्सनली भी शेयर कर दूंगा जिससे तुम जो तुम्हारा सीन है वो तुम लेस हेवियर बना सकते हो. बाय द टर्म हेवियर मैं ये इसलिए कह रहा हूँ कि हेवियर मीन्स कि कितना लोड तुम्हारे सिस्टम में पड़ रहा है. ओके. तुम कुछ सेटिंग्स चेंज करके उसको लाइट बना सकते हो. प्लस हाँ, तो इट आई थिंक इट हेल्प्स. तब भी नहीं करे तो यू कैन रीच मी एनी टाइम.
भैया आप कौन सा लैपटॉप यूज करते हैं?
ओके. सो मेरा बेसिकली डेल G15 है लैपटॉप. इट्स अ गेमिंग लैपटॉप.
हाँ भैया जानते हैं.
अच्छा. नाइस.
भैया मैं जानता नहीं हूँ कि मेरा लैपटॉप सरवाइव करने वाला है या नहीं, क्योंकि मैं यूज करता था पर वो बहुत लैग करता था और मेरा लैपटॉप का सेल्फ लाइफ भी बहुत कम हो गया था उसके कारण. लाइक वो
अच्छा.
खराब हो गया था.
देखो टू रहने आई थिंक तुम्हारे पास बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट्स तो होनी चाहिए. रैम, फिर तुम्हारे पास जेन मतलब डिसेंट ग्राफिक कार्ड भी होना चाहिए. ओके. पर स्टिल देखो, मैं भी स्टार्टिंग में बहुत गलती करता था कि मैं बहुत हेवी हेवी एलिमेंट्स डाल देता था एंड डायरेक्टली रेंडर पे डाल देता था. पर उसको अवॉइड करने के लिए देन आई व्हेन आई एक्सप्लोर्ड एंड लुक्ड समथिंग, तो यू कैन ऑलवेज, देयर आर मेनी सेटिंग्स लाइक मैं दिखा भी दूंगा अभी थोड़ी देर में. ओके. तो वो सेटिंग्स व्हेन यू चेंज ना, तो I think 50% of the problem is sorted. Okay. Still, if you face problem, uh, then I think system needs to be upgraded or you have to figure out something else. Okay.
भैया आई बिलीव मेरा ग्राफिक्स कार्ड है नहीं एक्चुअली, इसका सीपीयू बहुत अच्छा है इस लैपटॉप का.
अच्छा. हाँ, सीपीयू अगर अच्छा है तो इट ऑल्सो वर्क्स. जैसे मेरा भी अच्छा नहीं है. आई थिंक मेरा राइजन है, राइजन 5. तो
भैया
अ,
मेरा तो मैक है अभी राइट नाउ.
अच्छा. मैक मैक तो अच्छा चलता है. आई थिंक मैक अगर तुम्हारे पास है तो उस पे तो ब्लेंडर इजीली चल जाएगा.
चल तो जाएगा भैया, पर अगर मैं थोड़ा ज्यादा रेंडरिंग करूंगा तो बहुत लैग करेगा.
अच्छा. ओके. तो उसके लिए आई थिंक एक बार तुम पर्सनली कनेक्ट कर सकते हो. मैं तुमको थोड़ी सेटिंग्स गाइड कर दूंगा कि कैसे
ओके
तुम.
भैया.
और किसी को कुछ पूछना हो जैसे
भैया
तुम्हें कुछ क्रिएट.
जो आपने वो नोट्स दिखाए थे वो कहाँ पे अवेलेबल है?
नोट्स अगर तुमको चाहिए तो मैं शेयर कर दूंगा आफ्टर दिस सेशन.
नहीं, जो
वरना तुमको
आपने
कोई.
आपने एक
हम्म,
जो टेक सिंडिकेट वाली वेबसाइट से खोला था वो कहाँ पे है?
अच्छा. देखो जिससे तुमने रजिस्टर करा होगा ना वो वाला पेज फॉर ट्रेनिंग ग्राउंड्स. तुम techsyndicate.us हमारी वेबसाइट है. मतलब यू कैन जस्ट पेस्ट द यूआरएल डायरेक्टली. उसमें तुम लर्निंग वाले टैब में जाओगे तो वी हैव रिसोर्सेज फॉर ऑल द फील्ड्स. तुमको कोई भी फील्ड सीखनी है, एक्सप्लोर करनी है, यू कैन जस्ट गो टू दैट पेज. और उसमें हमने सारे यूट्यूब यूआरएल डाले हैं और मतलब काफ़ी सारे रिसोर्सेज तुमको मिल जाएंगे इसमें. जैसे यहाँ टेक्सचर्स के लिए भी हमारे पास वेबसाइट्स हैं. और तब भी तुमको कोई मतलब स्पेसिफिक चीज पे प्रॉब्लम है तो हमको कभी भी रीच कर सकते हो तुम. आई थिंक दैट मेक्स इट क्लियर.
यस भैया, थैंक्स.
और ओके. सो भावित, वी कैन स्टार्ट विद द क्विज देन. भावित, आर यू देयर? हाँ. यस तुशिका.
हम क्या फिर सिर्फ डिजिटली डिजाइन करेंगे?
व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डिजिटली? आई डिडंट गेट इट. एक्चुअली तुम्हारी ना आवाज बहुत कम आ रही है तो इट्स नॉट क्लियर. Can you try to speak loud or something? I cannot still hear it. You can message me on my chat then if you have some doubt. But okay, Bhavet has also shared the resources. You can access this link. Bhavet, you can start with the quiz then.
We can't access the chat.
Yes.
This chat is for
Bhaiya,
members of the
Bhaiya, you are
team
not
only.
audible. Bhaiya, you are not audible.
Yes, Bhavet, you are not audible. You can see the chart or you cannot even see the
It's
chart.
saying that only the members of the team
We can
can
see the
access.
chat, but the link is not visible to us because this
Okay.
chat is only for the members of the team.
Okay, no worries. We will share it on the WhatsApp broadcast group or on Discord. Okay. वैसे तुम्हारे पास जो मैसेजेस आते हैं उसमें ऑलरेडी है हमारी वेबसाइट का लिंक, तुम उसको भी ढूंढ सकते हो क्या? भावित ऑडिबल नहीं। नो भावित, यू आर नॉट ऑडिबल। ओके, तो अभी हम बस 5 मिनट और लेंगे, आई थिंक 5 मिनट और लगेंगे। ओके, यस भावित, श्योर। हाँ, तो हम अब आई थिंक 2D के क्विज करेंगे फन, और शायद जय भैया आपको चॉकलेट भी दें। बाकी और किसी को 2D में भी डाउट है तो यू कैन आस्क। 2D में इफ यू हैव क्रिएटेड समथिंग यू कैन आल्सो शो अस। अगर तुमने कुछ कूल सा बनाया है या यू वांट टू शेयर समथिंग और एक्सपीरियंस। मैं एक क्विज का लिंक भेज रहा हूँ, कैन यू एक्सेस दिस? अगर तुमको दिख रहेगा बताना, इफ समवन कैन कंफर्म।
भैया चैट अवेलेबल नहीं है।
अच्छा, तुम सारे डिस्कॉर्ड पे अवेलेबल हो जो तुमने सर्वर ज्वाइन कर रखा है, या ऐसा कोई है जो डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर पे ना हो? अच्छा, तो मैं
आप व्हाट्सएप पे शेयर कर दो।
एक काम करो, मैं ना अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ, यू कैन जस्ट टाइप द यूआरएल। ओके, मेरा स्क्रीन दिख रहा है सबको?
यस।
हाँ, you can type this URL on your browser. Let me know once you have done. इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो एक बार को।
भैया खुल गया।
खुल गया? ओके, ग्रेट। सबका खुल गया? सब थम्स अप से एक बार रिएक्ट कर दो ये वाला लिंक। एक्नॉलेज कर दो एवरीवन जिसका खुल गया।
भैया खुल गया।
भैया खुल गया।
Good. सबका खुल गया?
हाँ भैया।
ठीक है। So we can start with the quiz. मैं एक सेकंड स्टॉप शेयर कर रहा हूँ. अब मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करके तुमको क्विज दिखा रहा हूँ कि हाउ यू कैन प्ले दिस क्विज. तो अपने एंड पे भी खोल लो. Okay? Okay, can everyone guess these logos? सब एक बार मेरे स्क्रीन पे आ जाओ. टीम्स पे आ जाओ सब. Am I audible?
Yes.
यस
हाँ,
भैया।
ओके. सो सबको पहला लोगो पता है?
नाइकी।
Nike.
यस. और कोई ये गेस कर सकता है?
Coca-Cola.
कोका कोला।
यस. ये तो सबका
McDonald's.
फेवरेट.
मैकडोनल्ड।
Apple.
एप्पल।
Starbucks.
स्टारबक्स। गूगल।
Google.
फेसबुक।
Facebook.
यूट्यूब।
YouTube. Adidas.
एडिडास।
Amazon.
Amazon,
Pepsi.
Pepsi,
Visa.
वीजा हाँ।
एब्सोल्युटली. नाउ अब तुमको पता है तुम ये लोगोस कैसे आइडेंटिफाई कर पा रहे हो? बिकॉज दे हैव क्रिएटेड एक ब्रांड आइडेंटिटी करके एक चीज होती है. तो तुम सबने इतनी एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखी, इतनी जगह तुमने ये लोगोस देखे हैं कि यू कैन मतलब रिकॉल एकदम से विदाउट नोइंग द नेम ऑफ द कंपनी. जैसे इसमें पेप्सी लिखा भी नहीं है बट यू कैन गेस बाय द कलर एंड द डिजाइन, क्योंकि तुमने इतना रिलेट करा हुआ है इस कलर को कि हाँ कहीं रेड ब्लू है तो वो पेप्सी है. नाउ दिस फॉन्ट ऑफ वीजा इज आल्सो सो आइडेंटिकली मतलब इतना फेमस है कि जस्ट बाय द वी यू कैन गेस द लोगो ऑफ वीजा. ओके. तो ये मार्केटिंग और लोगो ब्रांड आइडेंटिटी की बात होती है कि तुम बिना कंपनी के यू कैन relate to that thing. Okay. Now if I click this. अच्छा ये सबने तो गैस कर ही लिया इजीली. आई थिंक यही क्विज है हमारे पास.
भैया अगर आप नीचे
और
स्क्रॉल करोगे तो एक लेवल 2 का भी ऑप्शन आता है।
अच्छा दैट्स नाइस. तुम मैंने ये लिंक भेज दिया. अब तुम अपने एंड पे सारे खोल के तुम प्ले कर सकते हो ये.
Yeah,
ठीक है.
okay,
फिर तुमको
so can you guys hear
रियलाइज
me now?
होगा. हाँ हाँ यू कैन. यस यू आर ऑडिबल भारत.
So you guys have solved the first level, right?
यस भैया।
Okay. If you guys want, we can solve the second level as well.
ओके भैया।
Okay, I'll just be sharing my screen once again.
ओके भैया।
Yeah,
भैया
just a
चॉकलेट
second.
चॉकलेट मिलेगी ना?
दे देंगे आप. चलो ओके, तो मैं अभी बस शेयर कर रहा हूँ. पता नहीं मेरी टीम्स डेस्कटॉप ऐप पे कुछ दिक्कत हो गई थी. इसमें भी पता नहीं क्यों कैमरा दिख नहीं रहा. या अब दिख रहे हो? हाँ ठीक. So I'm sharing my screen. So yeah, okay. So can somebody guess this logo?
मास्टरकार्ड।
Yes, MasterCard. The next one?
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट।
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट।
Microsoft.
Nice, crazy. Okay, the next one?
जीमेल।
Google
जीमेल।
Mail.
Gmail, yeah. Nice. And this one?
बीएमडब्ल्यू।
BMW.
Yeah, nice. And this one?
फेडेक्स।
FedEx.
फेडेक्स।
FedEx, nice. This one?
डिज्नी।
डिज्नी।
Nice. This one?
टोयोटा।
Toyota.
Toyota.
Yeah, really good. This one?
वॉलमार्ट।
वॉलमार्ट।
Nice.
केएफसी।
KFC.
केएफसी।
Yes.
Puma.
प्यूमा।
Jaguar. Puma.
प्यूमा।
Puma.
होंडा।
Honda.
Honda.
इंस्टाग्राम।
Instagram.
Instagram.
Bhavit,
Crazy.
I
We
have
guys
to
have clevered
leave
the
now.
new.
Okay. You can continue
Yeah,
with the
okay.
quiz.
Yeah,
सबवे।
okay.
Subway.
Bye
Yeah,
everyone.
Subway.
सबवे।
मर्सिडीज।
Okay,
मर्सिडीज।
Mercedes.
nice.
B.
Does anyone know this one?
Verizon.
Sorry?
Verizon.
Yeah, Verizon. This one?
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
Yeah.
New Balance.
New
New
Balance.
Balance.
Nice. Crazy.
Burger
King.
King.
Burger
Burger
King.
King.
Burger King.
Yes.
Wholesale supermarket.
Yeah, Costco.
Costco. Costco. Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, this one was an easy one.
Chanel.
Gucci.
Gucci.
Chanel.
Yeah, this is Gucci. Oh, never mind. This is Chanel.
Yeah.
The logos are similar. Yeah, sorry, sorry.
The
The
Home
Home
Depot.
Depot.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah. Crazy.
Target.
Target.
Yeah. Nice. Great job, guys. Third level also cleared.
Shell.
Shell.
Fourth level.
Shell.
Yeah. Crazy. Just a second. Yeah.
Audi.
Audi.
Yeah.
Audi.
Audi.
Domino's.
Domino's.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Crazy.
Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell.
Nice.
Uh,
Paris
Like,
Nation.
can you give us a
Sorry.
hint?
Bhaiya,
Yeah,
can
we
you
can
give
choose
the
it.
hint?
Okay, so which hint do you want?
Clue.
Heinz
Reveal a
ketchup.
letter.
Clue.
Heinz
Clue.
ketchup.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, this is
Heinz
Heinz
ketchup.
ketchup.
Heinz.
Crazy
Heinz
nice.
ketchup.
It's Heinz. Okay.
PlayStation.
PS. PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. Crazy.
Spotify.
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 Yes.
Airbnb.
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 Yeah.
IKEA.
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 Yeah.
LG.
LG.
Yes. Okay, so level 5 will be the last one. After that, I will be
Pringles.
ending the
Pringles.
session.
Pringles.
Pringles.
Pringles. Crazy.
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Super. Ooh, this one is a difficult one.
Uh,
Do you
Signature.
guys need a hint?
Yes, bhaiya. Please.
Okay. Which hint?
Reveal a letter.
go-
Reveal a letter.
go-
Okay. Which letter?
General Mills. General Mills.
First one.
Okay, so General Mills. Let's try that again. General Mills. Yeah, crazy. This one?
Reebok.
Yeah, crazy.
Lego.
Lego.
Yes. Can somebody guess this one, or do we need a hint?
Clue.
Bhaiya. Clue.
Okay. Which clue?
The
Reveal a
logo is
letter.
very small.
Reveal a letter.
Clue. Clue.
Clue. Okay.
Letter.
Yeah.
So clue. American retail pharmacy chain that sells prescription drugs and a wide assortment of general merchandise.
CVS.
CVS. Crazy. This one.
Oh wait, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Reveal a letter.
AT&T.
Reveal a
Reveal a
letter.
letter.
AT&T.
Reveal the first
Wait,
letter,
somebody said
bhaiya.
that. Yeah, AT&T.
AT&T.
That's nice one.
It,
It is a network company. Yeah, this one.
this is a bank.
Chase.
Yeah,
Mahindra.
Chase. This is an American bank. Yeah.
Chase. Yeah.
This
Adobe.
one. Easy one. Crazy. This one.
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah. This one.
It's
BP.
the
Flower pot.
BP.
BP.
It's not a flower pot. Yeah.
B&P.
It's BP. Yeah,
B&P.
BP.
Yeah, the fuel company.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Yeah. Wendy's. Crazy guys. We have also completed the level 5. So if you guys want to go ahead, you can just if you guys want to go ahead, you can just come. I will be sending this link in the design channel. So make sure to join the Discord as well as the WhatsApp group, and there you guys can see this quiz and complete it. Okay. Right
Okay,
now the session
bhaiya.
is over. I'm stopping the recording, and thank you for joining the session. Make sure to join the next session as well.
Bye,
Bye bye.
bhaiya.
Bye,
Bye.
bhaiya.